4 weeks of open qualifiers. 8 players started into the qualifier, but nobody is better than Starbuck and Foggy in this region. The grand final is among us. The rematch, the last time it was a best of 3. It was a 2-on-1. It was full throttle, all aggression. And now they meet again. What lessons did Starbuck learn? What lessons did Foggy have from their last encounter? Is it going to be the same again? Or will we see a different game? It all starts on Hammerfall. Here we go, guys. The decision.
Starbuck almost hitting 3,000 MMR, where Happy left the ladder at. Starbuck is now taking over that mantle, is the strongest player on Worthy Champions, is one of the strongest players in the Western scene. If you just exclude Happy, he's probably the number 2. And obviously Happy not in this qualifier, so very, very strong play on the human side of things. And for Foggy, at least we could say he's very, very warmed up today, ready to go.
1000%.
Bucky boss, go Bucky.
Bucky boss, go Bucky. Pato is coming in to support his 2-on-2 ally. Nice to see. Greetings, Pato. Wonderful, wonderful games yesterday. Super entertaining. What was your question?
Me?
Yep.
No question.
What did you say
Rhetorical,
last?
if any. Oh, I was saying Starbuck is really, really good.
Yep.
Best player, if not for Happy, in this sort of scene, and Foggy very warmed up.
Exactly. He has played the lower bracket semifinal versus Sonic. That was a 2-0. He played a long best of 5 versus Jens, which he eventually won with a 3-2. Definitely recommend that. Very high variety in that Night Elf Mirror, but this is a very, very different matchup than Night Elf Mirror. Foggy, I think, has to go aggressive, has to play the same style, a little bit cleaner compared to Friday main event. This game has been played a little bit earlier than the Friday matches, which I think should favor Foggy a little bit. He was always more of an early bird than a late night owl, so maybe that alone can make the difference.
Forces are under attack.
Archmage versus Demon Hunter to start us off. Standard Demon Hunter creeping for Foggy. We'll see if it is Immolation. I would expect that for Starbuck. Footman is at the Golem, so he's going to pull that. This is a very, very strong creep route for Human. This is one of, honestly, if you successfully pull the Golem, one of the easier expansions in the map pool, which is crazy because this also gets you level 2, and it gets you a high-level permanent item as opposed to many other expansions that are this easy to take. It's very, very nice on this map to expand like this. Detonate might come in, but Foggy wants to wait to actually get the experience. Let's get it.
Nicely done. That's a little jump start for him. And again, a Ring of Protection, probably the best early game item that you can find on a Demon Hunter. High tankability with high armor and evasion. And now Immolation, let it rip.
At level 2 for Starbuck, gets Talisman of Evasion. Not the greatest item, would have obviously preferred Claws +8. That is sometimes a game-winning item. And Immolation comes in, attacking a lot of things, but Starbuck seems content to trade as long as he's not trading on his Archmage. Ring around the Rosie. And Demon Hunter running low on mana for Foggy. Can he kill anything before he has to go back home? Seems like one peasant. Oh my god, the water elemental spawn. Starbuck on point already.
This looks like he expected that play. He has a trap set up. This is exactly what these two workers are supposed to do. Lure the Demon Hunter into this little pocket and then close it out with the water elemental. Surely prepared. But this is still very low workers. Deny. Nice, but still a kill. So this expo will take some time.
Yeah, so far, I think you got to say perfect defense from Starbuck, though. Really, everything's healthy. One peasant in the middle did die. Unfortunate, but denied. The expansion being power built now, and Foggy has to go back home and heal. Is he going to sell the TP? Does to get boots and staff. He's being aggressive. Maybe now he can do some damage. This Hydra does a lot of poison to everything for Starbuck.
That is a perfect preparation for more immolation, but Foggy is only interested in workers. Starbuck identifying this builds a little bit of a wall here to keep the hurt workers safe, and no room for immolation for Foggy, unfortunately. We gotta say though, the first match in the winner bracket semifinal started with 2 surrounds and was over very quick. So Starbuck doing better than Friday, Foggy doing better than Friday. Very promising.
Well, Foggy getting the Sea Turtle with the archers there. Gets a nice last hit, slowing down the Archmage's progress to level 3 and getting the Demon Hunter close to level 3. Really nice little play there. Main base, by the way, for Starbuck, open and no Arcane Tower. Maybe Foggy could think about running in, but now the staff is on cooldown, And Foggy's only thinking about one thing, that's the counter expansion.
That's
This
all they
successfully
have.
gotten up. It's an acceptable game for Foggy so far.
That's all they ever want, huh? It's disgusting.
They want one thing.
Starbuck goes in for the counter aggression. Brandastic, thank you for the tier 1 sub.
Sunday's Bow 5 final. Let's go.
Let's go, indeed. Nobody is level 3, certainly not happy with that, but Starbuck's preparation on point, and Foggy is quite challenged, I'd say, in the way that his strategy of Friday isn't working anymore. How many more solutions, how many more plan Bs does he have?
Starbuck with a 5-minute tech that is about as early as you can get it. Pretty close. I'd say maybe 4 minutes, 40 seconds is the earliest possible with an expansion like this, but still really fast. And all he needs to do, Starbuck, now, I'd say eventually get Archmage level 3, but more importantly, just delay the Tree of Life as pretty much as long as you can, and then macro up cleanly, and you're in a great position. Archer gonna go down. Demon Hunter with the boots could chase down some footmen, but as long as Foggy is not creeping his expansion, Starbuck is fine.
Right on. Right on. Honhard TV, thank you for the sub as well. Immolation damage more in the area of what Jens did to Starbuck, and that unfortunately wasn't enough. So I like that, man. He is willingly sacrificing a level 3 for more stability, fast attack. Footmen pretty much do the damage, being staffed home. Now Demon Hunter has to portal defensively. That's not what he wants.
This is still so many seconds of delay. This Tree of Life was done at the 5-minute mark. It now is 80 seconds past that. That means essentially 800 gold of delay every second that passes. 10 gold gone. It's now been 90 seconds, 900 gold gone, still not rooted, not being crept. So this has been a successful harass from Starbuck, but now Foggy will get level 3, will get the expansion planted. But behind this, the macro tier 2 is almost done for Starbuck already, and the pressure's not over either.
Ooh, lots of repair necessary. You say about you talk about gold, not mine. This is a very expensive repair. Naga can't connect the second time, which is a little unfortunate for Foggy. The footmen, though, they will be trapped. Archers not part of the defense at the moment. We do have defend, enables it immediately, disables it again to get faster movement speed. This is some quite exquisite warcraft by Starbuck. Even saves the second Ancient War. But finally, Foggy can root and Foggy can entangle. But Starbuck is right in his base at the Ancient Lore.
He's actually going to get a lore cancel. This is going to cost him a town portal. Maybe. I would expect it to at least, but still worth it. It's all delay. It's all delay in preparation for his timing. And he even gets out alive. Doesn't have to use the TP. And now tier 2's done. Power building the sanctums. He's got a lot of footmen left over. Can get a second hero. This is going to be probably 9.5 minute 65-70 supply push for Starbuck. He just needs a heal scroll to build units. He's just going to push and kill him, it feels like.
Oh man, Foggy tried to intercept with the Naga, can't reach. Naga too slow without boots, and Archmage and the Footman at the shop. Region scroll immediately. Starbuck is so fast, Starbuck is so clean, and quite a bit ahead. It's a 20 food lead already. He can pump from 3 production buildings now. His macro is great. His levels leave some stuff to be desired, but should be fine still. Interesting to me that he's not deciding to go for a Blood Mage, which would be the usual pick, but again, for a Mountain King, yesterday we've seen Mountain Kings against Keepers. That was a great choice, but Blood Mage usually too good to disable a Demon Hunter. Maybe Starbuck is of the opinion that this Demon Hunter is not a threat, and Foggy walks straight into a Stormbolt around.
Just like Jens did on Concealed Hill, now it happens to Foggy. There's no staff. The Naga is dead. Starbuck is 61 supply. And he calls Militia already. 9-minute timing. Demon Hunter now surrounded. Oh, almost. Just barely squeaks out. But is he just trapped? A Stormbolt and a surround and he would be dead. But he somehow gets out alive. Okay, now he can staff away and live. Okay, so Foggy's not completely lost, but pretty close there.
I guess so, man. It's only a handful of Dryads. Foggy is still waiting for tier 3 and the Bears. It was just all too slow. Maybe the break in between the 2 series wasn't enough, but of course, this is the advantageous position that you get from the winner bracket. The others have to work hard to reach the grand final. You can chill, get a little barbecue, get the perfect prep in, watch the other play and exhaust themselves. And now it's another Stormbolt. The staff's on cooldown. This surround is closed. And so is game 1, I guess.
It just makes it look so easy. What really could Foggy do this entire game? I feel like Starbuck was in complete control. Macros up, Demon Hunter blocked and killed, but that too is easy with the slow from the Sorks, and he's now towering. Foggy has no answers, not even 10 minutes, and is already 1-0. That is a clean game from Starbuck. No mistakes really whatsoever.
Brutal. Just brutal. Leaves no angle to attack for Foggy at all, unlike in their first series. Okay, same setup. Then, what are the adjustments? Because you don't want to do the same again. There's gotta be a plan B, or C, or D, if you want to threaten Starbuck here. If you do the same again, you'll probably falter, but Concealed Hill is one of the hardest expansions in the entire map. Also only one choice, really. Theoretically, you could go for the red, but the red is hard, so let's forget about that. Poison, Purge, Null Overseer, all here on the upper left-hand side, and maybe that is an angle to attack before.
Ancient War creeping begins. Footman at the lab, and 3 farms for Starbuck. So it seems like maybe priority on Archmage leveling. Still don't know if it's 1 base or 2 base. His base is blocked by the second farm, which sometimes indicates 1 base play. His base build was open with the expansion last game, but it typically will close it off if he's going to play Rifle Caster. For now, towards the lab we go. Archmage is looking for a greater heal, and Demon Hunter some split creeping looking for level 2.
No deny as it seems. That is pretty nice. Ancient of War did eat a tree, can root in a second, and then it's safe as well. Wisp luring in the trees to maybe detonate. Starbuck plays it safe. As soon as the workers are hurt, he pulls them back. Might need them later. By the way, do you think farms are alright the way they are, or should there be a change maybe?
I think farms should only be able to be built within a certain radius of the town hall. Like, town hall should have some sort of blight-like thing where farms can't be built anywhere else on the map because they're so cheap and they scout all over the place.
Maybe a cornfield.
Yeah, a cornfield for farms. Exactly. That'd be perfect. We need that.
I think knights should then be able to eat off of that cornfield to regen.
Yes, perfect. Perfect. They work like graveyards.
There we go.
Cannibalize.
There we go. Foggy is going for a switch up. It is no immolation, it's mana burn.
Mana burn and 1 base from Starbuck, so changing up from both players. 1 mana stealing to get another water elemental. Starbuck just trying to squeak together level 3 Archmage if he can, and Foggy trying to delay as much as he can, obviously himself. Wisp is making sure there's no expo. Foggy with excellent scouting so far. But Starbuck, no doubt he's going to call Militia and do some split creeping in a minute or 2. Yeah, or seconds. Or right now.
It is indeed relatively easy since Militia are very strong. Still based on a timer. 4 armor. Carson, can you believe it?
I can't. I'm in shock. I'm in shock.
We have...
Look at him go.
It's crazy, right? 4 armor. More zoning here. Starbuck trying to take control of a shop in Foggy's territory. Demon Hunter can't really unfold itself, can't really put pressure, but it's a 1 base play. It's a rifle play. Did I hear? Did something die? I think we're good. Starbuck just
right.
Pushing into the main.
Yeah, level 3, 1 of mana stealing used, both charges. Demon Hunter could burn, but he can't get rid of this water elemental unless he wants to detonate some wisp for it. Foggy seems, if not for the Demon Hunter health, pretty stable here. The Archer positioning is good. The Moonwells can regenerate enough to heal up to DH, but if he gets another water elemental out, Starbuck, this is going to be tough for Foggy. For now, Archmage pressured away. Archers all alive. I'd say a pretty solid defense from the Night Elf.
I agree. They have seen this way worse when the Water Elemental Footmen go into the lures, cancel them over and over, or slaughter some Hunter Souls, but... Demon Archmage! Great block by Starbuck once again. Dude, he's playing so calm and collected, and I don't think we can say the same about Foggy, because we are missing a Hunter Soul.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that is rough.
Yep.
This is a map where you can play Archers, Fast Tier 3, Tri-Hero, and a single lore for Mountain Giants.
Yep.
But obviously you need that 1 lore. But he could prioritize Archers for now and go Tier 3. He can make up for that. I'd say only on this map can you make up for that, because the heal fountains, you can justify going for Mountain Giants. But for now, It's just a mistake from Foggy.
Whoa, Town Portal forced here with the Naga play on the right-hand side. Foggy read that well, intercepting Starbuck at the fountain. That's a Town Portal that he didn't want to invest. And this aggressive Naga play, man, what the hell? She's just slithering alone across the map trying to get some shots in.
Starbuck hide and seek. He's in the corner, waiting for a priest. He's power building the Sanctum. And the first adversity that Starbuck has faced so far, everything was clean up until that point. And now Foggy seems to be in control. He's healed up his Demon Hunter at the fountain. All of his archers are healing up. And Starbuck is forced literally into a corner.
I like the adjustments. And I also like that Mountain Giant play that you mentioned. The Hunter Sword is coming up now with the fastest tier 3 possible. Demon Hunter still under leveled, but Archmage also still very hurt. For the first time this series and this final day, Starbuck is feeling the pressure of a grand final.
Starbuck with a Rifleman stock. That might have been on purpose because he thought it would get caught out of position if he didn't rally it into the back, but he's going to have to cut the way down through the cornfield. But for now, Foggy continues the pressure. Militia are great. They have 4 armor after all, but are they good enough to hold?
Well, Foggy is retreating similarly to how he retreated versus Jens. When there's an opportunity, he moves forward, gets some shots in, and archers are a lot better than in the previous game because there is no defend on one base, so Footman can actually die.
And now Foggy, he just goes for double lore still, Ancient of Wonders as well. He did get improved bows. He is continuing to build archers. Probably will get marksmanship as well, but still double lore production is going to mean a little less lumber for upgrades and stuff if he wants to prioritize archers. And you tend to want to go tri-hero and get extra orbs, so you don't really want double lore if you are going to play the style I suggested. But for now, we're just continuing to trade. Starbuck with the Naga himself is trying to creep in the center. Will he be allowed to? Doesn't seem like it.
Nope. Foggy saw it. Wisps are coming in. Ogre Lord's still up. Big shockwaves. Yeah, I think you have to go double lore to be able to get the upgrades out. Otherwise, you're controlled by slow too much, or you take too much damage, and you want, like, 1 Mountain Giant is never enough. You need 2 for the sequential taunt. So, I think it's the right play. We have 7 archers. It's definitely that triple orb play. Foggy wants to do some damage, but the only one with a casualty is himself.
Do continue to fight over this red camp in the center. All the support creeps are gone. Just a couple of trappers and the ogre there, but Starbuck, is he going to push? He's still getting attack upgrades, still getting ready for the push. But he is strong enough at least to get the red camp. It seems like Foggy is going to have to allow that to happen. Buys an orb himself, but he's super under-leveled right now, Foggy. No level 2 mana burn currently, and red camp goes to the Naga. Khadgar is not great for obvious reasons, but at least he can sell that and then go above upkeep with it.
Carson, we live in a day and age where we got a lot of new viewers, so whatever is obvious to you might not be obvious to new viewers. Khadgar's Pipe gives you the Archmage aura, and the Archmage has the Archmage aura, so that's why it's redundant, but it's still a lot of gold. Gotta explain it to the new folk.
Yeah, maybe he goes Blizzard and Water Elementals, you never know.
That would be quite something that we haven't seen, but you never know in Warcraft. Weirder things have happened, but you know, trading it in for a heal scroll seemed to be a more optimal choice. And Foggy goes bears.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't think he would with how late his lures were. Like, his lures were literally 2 minutes late, maybe even longer.
Yep.
It was quite a bit. Like, not good. Not good macro from Foggy, but still goes bears. And you know what? Starbuck has yet to push. He's now breaking upkeep, did sell that item to get the extra gold and get the heal scroll like you mentioned. Starbuck is going to go forward. Is Foggy ready to hold? He at least has master training. He at least got a little bit closer to level 3 Demon Hunter, but still very underleveled.
The good thing is there's no breaker, so rejuvenation can be insane. We have 2 priests to get rid of that rejuvenation, which is a lot of HP over time on the target that's cast on. And that can make the Demon Hunter an ultimate tank, but he's only level 2, still. Only 1 orb, still. He's trying to intercept reinforcements, which is a fine play, but I wonder if it's enough.
Starbuck continues to produce regardless of the interception possibilities. Hasn't called any militia yet because he maybe used them earlier, but now he calls them. If he can build a forward shop, get forward towers, etc., it really starts to put the pressure on Foggy. But until there is towers, Foggy doesn't actually need to fight because piercing damage isn't going to really kill his Moonwells. For now, Foggy remains patient, slightly engaging in, but I don't think he's going to overcommit here.
Ooh, the half of his army, or maybe even more, are stuck with one water elemental. Foggy has to TP out to reset the fight. Archers are not in range, I believe. Nope, they aren't. Now they're exposed. Might backstab the casters. If that was on purpose, that's surely a new play. But the militia are coming in ready to arrest the poor ladies.
Oh no, he doesn't even realize. Now he shadow melds. If he had microed those archers like you mentioned, he could have actually repositioned and attacked that priest, attacked the militia that came in. It would have been nice, but he just wasn't aware. And now Foggy chills in the back. He does still have that orb on the Naga, still has a greater mana potion. Moonwells are pretty healthy. Foggy can definitely hold here, but it's going to take some nice micro.
He's 20 food down. The Moonwells have to do it. The Bears and the Regus have to do it for once. He can't rely on the Demon Hunter. Starbuck on the way to the 2-0. He's just right-clicking on the Demon Hunter. Quite crazy how that works. Got a potion, got the Moonwells. It is daytime. Foggy trying to hold till it's nighttime and the Moon Juice is regenerating. Damage is in, but where are the kills?
Will use one rifleman microed back. Demon Hunter finally almost level 3, but at this point is mana burn really going to get much value. Both heroes pretty much for Starbuck. A rifleman falls, reinforcing bear doesn't rejuve before it morphs. Naga still has that greater mana pot, starts using Quirk Lightning, but might fall. No healing for the Naga, no staff available. Right click does go down, and Foggy left with nothing left but the 2 letters GG and 2-0 for Starbuck.
Hot damn, that was some sexy micro by Starbuck in that fight. Everything that was hurt moved to the side. Of course, with poison damage, you oftentimes drop to like 2 HP or something, but the heal scroll at the perfect moment. Foggy was 1 kill away from level 3 for a long time. Eventually, he took evasion level 2, but if he has that earlier, he can prevent so much damage.
Game number 3. Will it be our last game of this qualifier? Are we going to have, again, a potential reverse sweep? We almost saw Jens make it. He just couldn't cross the finish line in map number 5. Foggy, what is he going to be up against? It will be Demon Hunter for Foggy. And unlike last time they played here, it will be Mountain King against Demon Hunter, not Mountain King against Keeper for Starbuck.
Big true. Big true. Ooh, still a bit distracted from the big dodo. It is always hard to put this to the side when a big match is coming. Oh yeah, that's just you're just mental, dude. You're probably also as addicted as Butt Crumbs is, so get that fixed, my dude. Mountain King versus Demon Hunter. What's the big difference? Keeper can't mana burn the Mountain King, and then it's a lot of hammers and a lot of surround opportunities. To be honest, Starbuck didn't need many surround opportunities. It was 1 hammer surround TP, 1 hammer surround GG. Which abbreviations will we use here today when it's up against the DH?
Alright, Militia called, Mountain King out. Where will he go first? Seems like some creeping to start us off for Starbuck. Maybe we'll try to get level 3. Could even expand in the upper left. A little bit more experience to be gained there. Level 3 Mountain King quickly is always better than not for the Demon Hunter. To the shop we go. Footman scouts it, gets ensnared. Foggy could commit to it and kill it if he wanted, but that would waste a lot of mana and time. So just going to creep, gets the ring, can buy a circlet, and the Demon Hunter is off to a strong start. And for Starbuck, where does he go next? Seems like upper left.
Do you have an opinion on a Mountain King start for a human player?
I think Mountain King is the best way to play human. I think it's stronger than Pally Rifles. Not in this matchup, obviously, but against Undead and against Orc, I think Mountain King first is stronger than Pally Rifles. There, I said it.
You heard it here, guys. You heard it here. Let's see if Starbuck is of the same opinion and can make a case for your plea. For now, he's losing a footman to the creeps. That is not typical.
The Hunter's here. Wisp is trying to blockade the potential surround. Starbuck seems to only be focused on one thing, and that's getting the last hits. Creep runs away, but he does get the last hit. Ring a regen and surround, just a straight up surround. No bolt needed. Can he fight his way out though, the demon?
Ooh, he's burning a bit of mana. If only the one footman would still be there. It's a lot of damage thanks to the immolation. A couple of bashes would be amazing. Mountain King got that ring of regeneration, but the demon hunter is just fighting his way out with a lot of kills. Is now sacrificing the TP, surely, isn't he? There's an opening. Thought there's an opening. If he's bashed, he's dead. Oh no!
If Foggy lost his... I would have quit casting right there if Foggy lost his team outer. Like that would have been the end for me. But nope, great damage from Foggy. Starbuck maybe a little bit over-aggressive to try to finish the creep camp and then go for the surround, despite taking so much damage already. Maybe had to evacuate after getting the last hit on that creep just temporarily, but Foggy, the best situation he's been in the entire series so far with the counter expansion that isn't even a counter expansion on the way.
Exactly. Cool, boy. Lots of losses for Starbuck, down to 10 workers. It is a one base Mountain King play with like rifle hours or something. This is gonna be real odd for Starbuck, something that you don't usually play. Can still play Archmage second for Aura Blizzard, which is a fine follow-up. But yeah, that Mountain King is under-leveled, under-equipped, under-financed. Foggy, if everything goes according to plan, this is his map.
Yeah, he's in a fantastic position. The super delayed tech. Foggy already has an expansion. Starbuck trying to make some aggressive plays. Might get a wisp for his troubles. It's not too bad, but Starbuck pretty much with only Bash to succeed in getting any kills. Demon Hunter's going to staff back. Well, another wisp goes down, but the Demon Hunter now going to be able to chase down some footmen. He doesn't have boots of speed, though, so it might be a little bit more difficult than it needs to be.
Still gets a double kill. 2 footmen on the account of the Demon Hunter, who's very tanky. Steps on cooldown, though. Always got to be careful. But there's a mana burn to reduce him down to 6. Love to see it. Wisp being hunted on the left-hand side. This could result in low mana at the beginning of tier 2. But tech has only started now. Plenty of time. Still need a Huntress Hall, which will then even out resources a little bit. Foggy has to play it defensively, careful, trying to cause distraction and minimize the growth on this Mountain King.
Player's forces are under attack.
Foggy's tech is very delayed. Like, even Starbuck with the super delayed tech is still minutes ahead, probably 2 minutes ahead of Foggy's tech. So if Starbuck wants to go for a strong timing against this Tree of Life that it seems to know about, he could do just that. Tier 2 is done. Blood Mage second. Interesting. Normally you'd expect an Archmage second. I think you pointed that out earlier. But Blood Mage it is. More Stormbolts is better, I suppose.
Yeah, that's right. So there's gonna be a mana drain war between Demon Hunter and Blood Mage. Usually the Blonde Devil is winning this. Did he just get the Kobold? Starbuck is a monster with just a right click.
Nicely done. Now going for the Priest as well, causing some real issues here with the expansion creep. Foggy trying to save that Priest. Tons of experience to be granted, but gets denied by the creeps. Blessing in disguise. Starbuck still just being super annoying. Again, any delay on this tree is good delay because Starbuck's preparing his timing, and Foggy needs to start mining.
We only have 3 Lumber Wisps remaining.
Under siege.
That's nothing.
Foggy's got a decent amount of lumber, I suppose, but that's not going to last too long. He just need to build some more. He's got 2 trees to build wisps at, though, but yeah, might come back to bite him eventually. For now, 25 supply versus 40 for Starbuck.
This also comes at a time where, of course, he has to build lores, he has to build the shop. This will be 3 wisps on top. Not an easy situation for Foggy anymore, and brilliant by Starbuck to see this as his win condition. Some people say lumber is not important, but lumber can lose you. It might not win you games, but it will surely lose you games if you don't have it.
Starbuck finds the wisps before the gold mine finishes. Foggy did solve that problem with a... Oh, hold up. Demon Hunter's got to be really careful. Wait a second. Is Demon Hunter just dying? Is there a bolt? 74. Needs 1 more mana. Bolt is there. He goes for the Demon Hunter, trying to blockade the surround. 1 bash and he's dead. 1 bash and he's dead. Will he get it? Doesn't even need it. He does kill the Demon Hunter.
Even need it, bro. Starbuck is dancing on Foggy's grave in this grand final, making it more than clear that the 2 losses throughout the bracket were just a fluke. Maybe he didn't take it too seriously. But here, this grand final, there's no other winner than Starbuck in this grand final. It's impossible.
Yeah, this has been very well done. Despite taking so much damage as expansion, didn't care. Now killing the Shredder. Actually, Tree of Ages is killing a Rifleman, but Shredder will eventually fall. Demon Hunter needs to be Tavern revived, but if he does come back with no mana, he's not going to be able to burn away the Stormbolts that will just kill him over again. And this is certainly 3-0, as Starbuck says. I'll make sure you guys finish on time for the weekly.
Yeah, that's right, dude. Pretty much on the dot. Foggy is, of course, a fighter, but not in this situation, man. Domination! In the Western scene, there's only one player who stands heads and shoulders above everyone else, and that is Starbuck. The runner-up of B Cup is the winner of the Western scene, just like last time we had the combined Western qualifier, where he was the winner over Happy even. This is just his tournament.
Yeah, very, very well played. What can you say? Game 1 was the most convincing, and then it slouched downwards slightly, but still, I mean, did that look difficult? Did that really look difficult for Starbuck? Not really, despite taking so much damage. Cool, calm, collected, hits his timing, and makes Foggy look like he doesn't know how to play the matchup, and we know very well Foggy has strong ideas on the matchup.
That's right. He was so good in the winner bracket, man. Unreal. Unreal. Starbuck in the chat with the sun glitters potato emojis. That's the best way to celebrate, I guess. Yeah, he just trampled on the competition today. Maybe Foggy was a bit tired. Maybe ran out of ideas. Whatever the reason is, it doesn't matter. At the end, there's a result. And at the end, it's Starbuck 3, everyone else 0. And he's the king of the Western scene.
Well played, well deserved. I think everybody expected Starbuck to make it through, and he did just that. Not disappointing us. He's going to be making it into the main event. Well deserved to be met with Happy as well, who made it out of the CIS qualifier today. And we'll be joined by someone from this qualifier, potentially because of the wild card, but that remains to be seen till next weekend.
That is right. The full lineup so far: Sock, Focus, Lin, Happy, Lawlight, Moon, Starbuck, of course. We also have the Chinese qualifier with 5 slots, and then the wildcard qualifier with quite a nice lineup, I gotta say. Soen, Labyrinth, Remind, Jens, Foggy, Sheik, and Dice. Where how many people? 4 people are gonna be qualifying from this. Plus, there's gonna be some runner-ups from the Chinese qualifier as well. It's quite wild ride, this DWCC qualifier. Also, the grand final in Korea was mental between Focus and Lin. High class Orc Mirror. Definitely recommend watching this. But yeah, the first meetup of the regions will be the wildcard qualifier. And then, of course, the meetup of the regions in the $21,000 DWCC main event. There's no other online tournament in Warcraft 3 that has this much prize money. And this is going to be the focus point of the entire scene in April. So I have no idea when Easter is, but hopefully you guys have time on these 8 days, April 19 to April 27. That's going to be the main event.
Yeah, and after all these qualifiers, you got to imagine they go through, I think this was, day 8 of qualifiers, including the open qualifier for this?
Yep.
Like, you got to imagine it's the best players. If this doesn't get you the best players in the tournament, I don't know what would. So this has got to be the highest level tournament we have for a long time.
1000%. Of course, we have B Cups every month as well, but this is almost 3 times the money. And basically the online world championship with the regional qualifiers. Yep. And this is all due to one man and one man only, HF High Toon, the very, very, very generous sponsor who goes a little further than every other sponsor, thinks about the system, thinks about how to support the regions. He is so involved and it's awesome. It's not like he's throwing a bag of money onto this, but we have quite some conversations about what to do, what not to do. And we couldn't have a better chairman of the DWCC than this person. And we are incredibly grateful that you support the scene so much, Toon.
All right, and with that, that's 3 weekends to a close until the main event starts for us. And of course, our day is not over though. We got the weekly cup, which some people, I'm happy to say, have signed up. We went from 7 to 13, but there's still time, everybody. Okay, I'm not live in the bracket for a little bit. You guys can sign up for like another 10 minutes. Okay.
Cool with the €2. Thank you. Show must go on, and the show will go on. Here's the bracket for the weekly cup. It's $50 on the line. Your competition is Sonic, Edo, Hawk, Bizarre. Pato has signed up. Nice. Neutron, Chic, Rolex. Is it Lucy?
Yes.
It is Lucy. My man, Hungry Tea. Would you please cheer for Hungry Tea if you catch a match? He's my bro.
Yeah.
And hopefully lots of you. Carson's gonna give you a little bit of time. I'm so exhausted. Holy shit. Incredible dono. Thank you very much, Anonymous, for what you threw at us here the past couple of days and month and etc. All the subs coming in, and Carson is gonna farm a little more. Hopefully, support this man. He deserves it. And then Carson, we're gonna talk regarding the War 3 Champions finals, I guess. I'll be at Soul 8-man stream in a bit for an interview after I, grab a snack and something to drink. I wish you all the best with the weekly. Thank you everybody for joining us on this journey with the DWCC. Starbuck directly into the main event. Foggy and Jens representing the West in the wild card. And now you all play the freaking weekly. You ready to start the stream, Cars?
Probably in about 90 seconds. Once you turn it off, I'll be ready.
90 seconds. I can stay here for 90 seconds. No worry.
All right.
We want a smooth transition to not lose any viewers because we had more than 2,700 viewers for this. Unfortunately, the final was a little... Ah?
I said yes.
Yes. All right. Good. For more Western Warcraft, as you saw, Western Warcraft is pretty damn amazing. We're doing the War 3 Champions Finals, which is not a global thing anymore, but a Western thing, to support that scene even further after this amazing DWCC. Show must go on in that regard as well. And with more support from you, maybe we can create a European League on top of the War 3 Champions Finals. That seems to be the goal at the moment. Tomorrow, after when Carson is done with the weekly, we have B Cup. The group stage is continuing. There's DWCC, the Chinese qualifier. There's the wildcard qualifier. All that will be on our homepage. Will be on our homepage, back to warcraft.com. I was a little bit lazy and there was a bug filling in the entries, but now it's there again. And you will see what we got there. We got FFA night tomorrow. We got our German, Austrian, Switzerland championship coming up with Teco and Tom and Kevin and Ido on Tuesday, as well as Francis versus Tedsta and Leon versus Toxie on Wednesday. And what else? Love you all. Be kind. Explain Warcraft to people who ask you stuff. Join Gym Discord if you want to learn the game. Join reddit.com/r/WC3, which is our main Reddit. Join our Discord. Check out backtowarcraft.com/support for all the ways to support us. Play on War 3 Champions, because War 3 Champions is the best server there ever was and probably ever will be.
And I'm ready.
And Carson is ready. I wish you the bestest time, Carson and Chad. You'll see me at Soul 8-man stream. Peace out. Carson, you take over in 3, 2, 1.